Friday today. I am currently on my way to actually have a little pamper morning. I'm going to get my nails redone and pedicure and get a little lash lift. So that is what my Friday morning looks like. I am grateful that the sun is shining today. We've had storms the last few weeks, and yeah, this morning it's so sunny. I was like, I definitely need my glasses on to drive today because it is so bright, but super grateful to see some sunshine for sure, and just to feel the temperatures being a little warmer as well. Definitely rushing a little bit this morning. Shadow decided to be sick a couple of times, so meant that my getting out the house quickly was delayed a little bit, but Charlie is at home with him this morning, so at least I know he's not on his own. And yeah, I'm having a really good week this week actually. Last week was a little bit of a challenging week. Like, the position that I was in last week is so different to what I feel like I'm in this week. A big part of that is down to like Charlie and I and our connection. If there's ever any dissonance or we're not in alignment or anything like that, it really does have a huge impact on home life, work life, everything. We live together. And yeah, this week I feel we had a really good chat at the weekend, and I was really just able to understand him a little bit more. He was able to understand me, and I feel in a really good place this week. And it makes such a difference to just what's happening in life and your energy and your motivation and your desire to do things. So feeling good with that today. And they've got a festival this weekend, Exit Festival here in Serbia, and we were going to go yesterday because Tiesto was there. And when Charlie and I first met nearly 14 years ago was at a festival called Creamfields, and yeah, we met when Tiesto was playing, so we felt like, you know, we haven't been to festivals in years. We felt it would be a really nice experience, but the festival they're doing here isn't like in the UK, and I've noticed quite a lot of the Europe ones do this actually, and they do it just in the evening. So it was like 7 p.m. the gates open until 7 a.m. and then obviously after parties, and I just don't think I can handle that anymore. I used to be able to, but I'm so like structured in my routine, and we found out that like Tiesto was going to be on, like, I think it was like 2 till 4 or something like that, and I was like, I just don't think I can like be awake until that time. So it was really nice because we're so close to it, we could hear it, but yeah, we watched some of it on the TV, not Tiesto but some of the other acts, and yeah, it looked like a good vibe, good energy. Who knows what the weekend holds? We could end up going, who knows? But yeah, I think because it is, if it was daytime it would be great. Like, the weather's looking great this weekend, and yeah, it would be a good experience. But yeah, me being awake going out at that time, I don't think it's something that my old body can handle anymore. Yeah, so we were able to just lie down last night and just listen, have the back door open and listen to some of it, so that was pretty cool. I was really happy about that, and just being able to hear some of the music and what it feels like sounds like and stuff like that. I wanted to also come on today and just speak a little bit because I woke up this morning and I had with the holistic health school that I'm partnered with, I had a new student come on, and I've been speaking to this student over text for a little while, and yeah, he signed up. And when I woke up this morning, I saw it come through. Obviously, they're on American time zone, so I always communicate to people I'm in Europe, so if you message me late at sent him over everything he needed, and he was feeling very happy and clear on what he was going to do. And then I wake up in the morning and it's come through, and his payment's been made, he's signed on, and he's good to go. And when I woke up, I just felt so good, because it was a very good offer that he got. For one, he got a great discount, and I'm going to show you that over there, the castle, I think it's called I can't remember what it's called, it begins with a P, that is where Exit Festival is. So they would have all been partying there, watching the sunset and the sunrise over there. It's pretty cool. There's a little beach down there that they make their own beach, because it's inland, they don't have an actual beach. So yeah, as I was saying before I got distracted, as if you watch these regularly, you'll probably know that I do get distracted quite often. So when I woke up this morning, I felt really happy, because it was such a reminder that I work so well. Me, independently, I do great work. I am of great service to the people that I support. If I can say this about myself, I really provide an experience for, let's say, the client, from whether it's to do with the holistic health school I'm partnered with or not. I definitely do feel that I have a real sense of knowing and just like empathy and connection with people that can really allow them to feel seen and heard in this environment of me supporting them. And when I woke up this morning, and it was like, wow, this money has come through overnight, I get great commission from that, and I was sleeping. I am waking up in another country, traveling, living a life that I want to live. We're really putting together the next steps for the vision that we're creating. And I get to be in a position where I can do all of that whilst literally earning money in my sleep from the actions that I have taken before my sleep to set things up. So when I'm working with clients like that, I'll make sure they have all the information. I'll make sure they have the payment links. I'll make sure they know all of their options. I am so clear and so direct. Being in quote unquote what people would call sales, I probably do things complete opposite to what sales people, marketing people would say that you should do. And one of the reasons for that is because a lot of this sales stuff out there makes me cringe so deeply. Like, I can't even listen to it. It's just so against what my soul is calling for, what my soul is speaking, what my soul feels aligned to do. And no amount of money will be able to stop me or change what I do because it should be done this way. I am always going to do the thing that works, and the thing that works is going to change. The thing that works is going to evolve. The thing that works isn't going to be the thing that works for everyone. In my example, I'm working with a team that is a school. So we bring people into the school who want to get certified in holistic health. And so I'm not selling an offer of, trading or of them, 10 times your business and all of this sort of bullshit. It's like, no, you are. And the reason why I say bullshit is because you can never guarantee that someone's going to 10 times their revenue or 10 times their business or whatever it might be, because you don't know the person. Regardless of if you've done it before, you can't tell other people that they can do that because you don't know enough and of their business and their experience and their show up and all of things like that. So I know that I follow what is true to me, and when I follow what is true to me, Not everyone may understand it. Not everyone may think it's the right way to do it. But I get to wake up on a Friday morning, traveling the world, knowing that I've just made a very good amount of money because of things that I have done. The setups that I've got in place, the systems that I've got, the communication that I've had, the clarity, not holding anything back, being straight up, being real, being direct, being straight to the point. And it was just a real reflection moment for me, because I've had a really great week this week in terms of that role and the sales and the new students coming on board. And it is just such a reminder that I've spoken about this before, but I never really dreamt that this could be me. When I first started to understand about sales and like more nomadic life and people traveling the world and still earning money and not having to be at one particular job and all of that sort of thing, when I first started finding out about it, I never dreamt that I could do that. Like, I used to listen to videos of with Charlie training, like when he was going through these sales groups, and I was like, no, I will never do that. And I used to hear him going like on some live calls, and I'd be like, no, like that's not me. I'm not having my like, I'm not going to have my call recording shared with a whole team and be absolute nitpicked for things that, not that I don't want to grow, because I have always taken a lot of support and nuggets from Charlie. He's helped me so much, like incredible, the skills and the awareness that he has to be able to shine a light on places that I might not see. But just because I know how differently I do things, I know a lot of people won't always understand it. But at the end of the day, what I'm doing is working. What I'm doing is bringing results. And just because others don't understand you, or others might not do it in the same way as you, if you are getting results, that's all you need. You need to just have the results. Because if you're getting the results, you're then able to grow, you're able to learn, you're able to expand, you're able to branch out, you're able to do all these different things if things are working. And if they're not working, you can change and you can adapt them. And just to clarify, I'm definitely not saying that I'm not open to anyone's ideas or feedback or anything like that. Not at all. I am such an open book in all areas of my life that I think other people can bring you a lot of light where you don't see it. But my point of today was sharing this message that I woke up feeling really good that this experience had happened, and now I'm on my way to just go and spend the next 5 hours getting pampered and relax on a Friday. No stress, no pressure of having to do anything. I'm just here and doing my thing, and I get to do that. I do. And it is such an empowering feeling, and just such a reminder that little old Amy, who came from no experience of working online, I definitely wasn't like the most business minded. Like, I've always been quite money driven, but I definitely was in a slightly different position in terms of, compared to say Charlie, for example. He's very, like, when we got to this point of working more online, he was very driven and things like that, whereas that wasn't really, it wasn't coming too naturally for me. So this is just a really big reminder to anybody right now who is feeling the call to do something different, or get that freedom, or have that flexibility, or learn a new skill, or step into something that feels uncomfortable, but they know they just want to change. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Really envision what that could look like. What do you want to be doing? What excites you? You'll see a link in all of these descriptions below for takes 2 minutes to fill out a form, and it's the start of getting you involved in the change. Charlie speaks about it. You would have seen it on some of these other videos. It takes 2 minutes to start to make the change. You've actually done something. Check out that link. Have a look, because this isn't something of me being like, yeah, come onto our page and sign up for this. And it's a real fact of this whole life and things that you never dreamt of is so possible. Like, I can't express it enough of how possible it really is for you to do something that you never dreamt you would be able to do, for you to step into areas of your life that maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable but bring you so much growth on the other side. That's all possible. That's possible for anyone. That's possible for you, for me, for anyone who has that belief in themselves of, I absolutely can do this. I absolutely can take that leap and do something different in order to get me to where I want to be. So this is just a really big reminder that if you feel that call, if you feel that urge to do something different, maybe what you're hearing me speak about seems, how could I do that? How could I? That's not something I could do. I don't have those skills. I don't have that knowledge. I don't have those communities. I was in that place. And now I'm in this place where I'm waking up and I've earned a great amount of money in my sleep. It's amazing. So someone's just beeping at me. I don't know why, but I'm going to close this off here because I'm going to go and have my nails done. And yeah, I will see you on the flip side. Just walking now to the nail salon. This is in Novi Sad. Just on a little road. I don't know what the road's called, but it's always a great experience when I get here and I'm able to park straight away because it's one of the most difficult things about being in these cities is how hard it can really be to get parked. So yeah, when I come and a car leaves right in front of me and allows me to park right in, it makes me very happy. So yeah, just walking there now. Beautiful blue skies. It's nice to be out. I mean, it's 9 AM, so yeah, nice to be out early. And I made myself a raw milk tea in my flask, and yeah, I've got a list of things to do today. I'm looking at some ideas for some keto desserts because Charlie wants to try and go into keto for the last couple of weeks of us being here, and I might try. I have such a sweet tooth that I not the best when it goes into keto. When it comes to keto, I also love my carbs, but I think that even if I can do it for a short period of time, it will just really help with like some of my bloating and my energy levels, and it'd just be nice to have a little reset. I have been being called to do a fast recently, but for some reason I just haven't done it. Every time something else seems to come up, and yeah, I think I've got to listen to the signs that I'm being sent to give my body maybe a little bit of a clearance, a little bit of a detox. Obviously use the sauna regularly, so yeah, maybe it's a little sign. Friday mornings in Novi Sad in July. My morning pamper session is done. Feeling nice and fresh, nice nails, and feeling very relaxed because yeah, I always get my lash lift, so I just have my natural lashes basically curled, and you just lie there on the bed for about an hour and it's really, really relaxing. It's really peaceful. So yeah, always grateful when I come out of there to feel grounded and like I've had some time to not really do much. So yeah, feels really nice. And I was speaking to one of my friends in there, and it's crazy the price difference compared to in the UK. And yeah, it's just seeing the amount that she pays compared to what I've paid to have 3 treatments done is just crazy. And this isn't to say everyone, because there are, like, I had an incredible lady in the UK. She really took her time. You could tell that she like cared. She wanted to like really cared about her work, and that does come across. But there is a lot of people that I've been to in the UK that is very rushed, and like, just, I'm quite particular with my nails. Like, I want them to be perfect. If I'm paying for a service, I want it to be perfect. And I used to do nails, so I like really sort of examine what's been done. And I found that when I'm traveling, I am paying a quarter of the price, and they so care. Like, they take their time. They're like, the other colleagues are coming over, and like, I always get compliments on how nice my nails are, and people are just like, wow, and they all get excited about the colour you choose, and it just gives such a different energy. And yeah, I just feel, what's the word? It's just amazing to know. Like, I know that was one of my biggest things was, well, what about if I come away and I can't find anyone to do my nails? And everyone does them everywhere. It's like, just because it's a different country, like, they use some different products, but so many of the products are the same. And I just tend to go onto Instagram and type in the country that I'm going to. For example, we're in Novi Sad, so I typed in like nail salon Novi Sad or beauty salon Novi Sad, and then also do the same on Google Maps as well, and then just see what comes up. And a big telling for me is the reviews, of course, are one thing, but something that's even bigger for me is how responsive are they? How do they talk to you? Like, I did message a few different places, and I really felt like I was almost a bit of a burden to them, rather than like they were really grateful for my for me wanting to come and use their service. So whereas others will be like so talkative, and they're like really accommodating, they're really welcoming. So this is the castle where the festival is happening this weekend. There's the river. I've never actually been over this bridge. This is a new one for me, which is very exciting. Nice new place. I love when I come and see new places, especially when we've been here for nearly 3 months, and then it's like, oh, I haven't been there before, and it takes you a completely different way, and it's amazing. I love it. There's still so much to see. So getting my nails done in other countries is actually very simple. So anyone who is traveling or thinking of traveling and thinking of maybe things they may have to miss out on, majority of things you don't. Majority of things you can get in all the countries. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, little language barrier, but once you go through that, it's simple to find these things. And it's like the Airbnb situation. So I had a friend who's recently gone traveling, and she was using Airbnb, and she really learned some lessons with an Airbnb that she booked, and people would say like, oh, you learn the hard way kind of thing. And one thing that I've definitely learned is when you are going to these other countries, and for example with Airbnb, we have a specific, like, I mean, it's not a template because it will be different for each property depending on what they list and what the photos show and things like that, but we have some top requirements of what we are looking for in our property. And so before I even like consider booking or doing anything like that, I will make sure, does your property have X, Y and Z? What is the Wi-Fi speed? What is this? What is that? Is the gardening closed? X, Y and Z. And just make sure that we are so clear. And yeah, a friend recently went and stayed in an Airbnb, and unfortunately the Airbnb wasn't what she thought it was going to be. It was very different, and a big part of it is because in her instance she saw a certain photo on the Airbnb, and because she saw this photo she felt like that was like the place. I think it was like a photo of the beach, the first photo or something like that, and that is such a telling sign of why you can't use those photos. Like, it sounds really silly, you can't use those photos, but that is a telling sign that you shouldn't be choosing a photo where the first picture is of a beach. Like, you want to see the property, you want to see what it's like, you want to see what it includes, like you want to see the real rawness of the Airbnb and what it actually offers. And quite often properties that maybe aren't as good, or properties that don't have as much information, you'll see that they've got loads of photos of like the walks or the city or whatever it might be, which is great, but all of that you can search anywhere. You can search that online, you can search that on YouTube, you can search all about the area. The reason for the Airbnb is you want to find out that specific property, the location, things like that. So yeah, we have, like, I'm very, very specific on the questions that I ask. And one of the big things is that people will be like, yeah, the Wi-Fi speed's great, it's fast enough, it's fast. And it's like, no, what's the speed? Like, what's the actual speed? Because to you it might be fast, but I can guarantee you it's not that fast, because majority of Wi-Fi's aren't. Like, we've stayed in a lot of places, and to get above 100 is like great. Most places aren't, and for normal internet that's absolutely fine, but for us doing like video editing, a lot of uploading and downloading, we need high internet speed. Otherwise it just delays so much of what we're doing. It takes so much longer while you're waiting for buffering and things like that, and that's how we earn money. So to pay for our Airbnbs, we need to make sure we have got the best internet. So that is just one of the things that I'm very particular on, like what I ask and how I ask it. And it's just the same when I go to my nail salons. Like, I of course live a very holistic life, and one of my things that I do is get my nails done, because especially in this day and age it's so hard to live in this world as we know it and almost live like a monk. Like, you don't do any of it, you don't dabble in any of it. So my little thing is I go and get my nails done, that's my thing. But before I go, I always ask them like the products that they're using, the brands that they're using, because it's really important to me to know that if I am putting this stuff on my body, which, you know, got our nails, it's going to absorb in any chemicals, any toxins, and I do what I can with like drinking clean water, eating clean food, using the sauna, doing things like dry brushing to help assist with detoxing, to try and balance it out. But for me, it's just asking those simple questions. Asking those few questions puts me at so much ease. Having that communication, having that conversation, whether it is a nail salon, whether it is an Airbnb host, like that's another thing I always say to the Airbnb host, you know what, like see what materials they use on their bedding. Make sure that they're not full of just like loads of fragrances, because a lot of places we've been to have all these diffusers that absolutely stink. I cannot stand them, and I used to use them all the time. I used to use them and I stopped, and it really affects Charlie and I if we go into a home that has a lot of these fragrances and chemicals. You know, we have beautiful smells, but we use things like Palo Santo, incense sticks, the ones that we can get that are as natural as possible. We have loads of essential oils, so we carry around different like little it's like a diffuser type thing. You put water in it and then put the essential oils in, and that makes the house smell beautiful. Fabric spray, we make our own with our Kangen water and then put in different essential oils, so we do it as natural as possible. So again, traveling around these countries, staying in Airbnbs, is asking these little questions that really help. But this is one of the reasons why Charlie and I definitely are now in the process of like, we're ready for our own space again. We were speaking about it last night, and when we were in the UK, we had so many tools. We might have been in a 2-bedroom apartment and it may have been really, really small, but we made sure that that property was equipped with so much that it needs. Like, we had a sauna, we had different like foam rollers, loads of yoga mats, we had loads of weights at home and bands, lots of like massage tools. At one stage we even had a massage table, and that's really, really important to help with recovery. To go into the gym and things like that is amazing, but what else are you doing? Just going to the gym isn't enough to live the full holistic lifestyle, because gym is one thing, amazing. I see women in the gym, be it online or be it in person, and clothes that they're wearing polyester. I can tell that they are polyester or they are nylon. They are full of so many chemicals, and these women are wearing them, they are sweating, opening up their pores, which then their body is going to be taking in the polyester. Linen, that's what I wear as much as I can. I try to find as much cotton as I can for the gym. It's not the easiest, and I don't maybe look the sexiest, but I know that I'm doing what I can for my body. It's not just about how heavy can I lift the weights, it's not just about how long can I be running on this treadmill, it's the whole approach. You then see women drinking out of plastic water bottles. Plastic water bottles are so bad for your health. They quite often put the water in warm, for one, and then that in plastic is going to allow all the chemicals to leach from the plastic into the water. Even if things say it's BPA free and all of that stuff, you want to stay away from it. You don't know how long that plastic water bottle's been sitting. Water should not be stagnant, it should be moving all the time. Then you've got things what people are eating. They're having all these diet foods and all these protein. We see it everywhere, protein bars. And obviously everything out here is like in Serbian, so I have a translator on my phone. And I translate it, and the seed oils, the E numbers, everything, they're like, oh, it's got all this protein in, and you know, it's gluten free and it's vegan and all of this bullshit, but it's full of fucking chemicals. And it is frustrating and it is difficult, especially when you're traveling around, because you can't just pick something up and look at it. You've got to pick something up, you've got to get a translator up on your phone, and it can be more difficult. But my point of this was, when we are traveling, all these little things that we can do to live as much of a holistic life while still enjoying it. Like, as a woman, I do find it difficult at times with my self-image, because I see a lot of women like having this beautiful hair dye and stuff like that, and I'm like, if you've seen old photos of me, or if you know me, I used to be bright blonde. I used to have the biggest eyelash extensions. They were touching my eyebrows. They were huge. I used to have these nails are my real nails. I just get a colour put on top. I used to have the longest fake acrylic nails. Like, everything about me was like wanting to change myself and how I look. And when I went on this transformation, I guess, and this awakening of chemicals and what's going in, not just in my body but on my body as well, and really stopped. It was in 2020, and I was like, gone from having bright blonde bleached hair every 4 weeks without fail. Like, my hairdresser would have me booked in so far in advance, and I stopped. And the reason why I stopped was because we fell pregnant the first time, and I saw something about how much your scalp takes in like chemicals. So if you're putting bleach on your hair, imagine how much of that is being soaked into your bloodstream, and that would be going down to your baby. So for me, it was right, I've got to stop that. And it was really, really difficult because I had to go through a process of my blonde coming out, and at one point it was like brown to here and then blonde to here, and it was a really difficult time. And even now I see women in like these sexy like gym clothes, like, because they are sexy, they're tight, they're figure hugging, like I feel them in the shops. I'm like, wow, these would fit me amazing. And I get into this catch-22 because I'm like, I want to feel good. I want to feel good with how I look. I want to feel comfortable in my clothes. But at the same time, I do not want to be putting these chemicals on my body. So I don't. And so instead I go for like more baggier cotton, clothes that aren't as tight fitting, that don't maybe show off my figure in the best way. And so it is a little bit of a constant battle, because I do feel that it can be really difficult. No matter how much self-love work you do, it can be really difficult to like truly accept who you are, like completely natural, when we live in a world that is so fake and materialized, and everything's like, you know, this chemical and that chemical, and it's difficult. It's really difficult. So it definitely has been a journey for me. And yeah, one of the things with traveling is how finding certain materials, I know I have spoke about this before, can be quite difficult. So going back to what I originally started speaking about this video with, like finding nail salons, or maybe it's even just finding a good butcher's, maybe it's finding somewhere that does like high quality food, maybe it's finding a good coffee shop, just really asking the questions. And one thing I've learned is don't be afraid to ask too many questions, especially for us if we're going somewhere long term. And I'm so looking forward for us to be getting to a place of not doing that anymore. This is going to be happening for a little bit longer, but then to actually have our base that we can, we're going to have such an incredible space. I'm so excited for it. But especially if you're staying somewhere long term like what we do, you are there for a long time, a month, 2 months, 3 months, however long it might be. You want to feel comfortable. You want to make sure you're making the right choice for you, for your family, to be able to thrive and do your best. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. Ask, and ask again, and ask until you've got clarity, because if you can book somewhere or go somewhere or show up somewhere and have peace in that, the whole experience will be so much more enjoyable for you. So that is my little, well, now afternoon expression. I'm now going to go in, see Charlie and Shadow, and make some food.
And I love the thought of coming home to you, even if I know it can make it. Yes, I love the thought of giving hope to you.